What are you going to do with your life?
In the summer of 2025, I had decided to shake things up. I was burnt out, depressed, watching life pass me by as my mental health continued to decline. Nothing was changing and I needed to do something about it. So I quit my job, sold most of my shit and booked a one-way flight to the other side of the world. The thing is, I had next to no plan of where I'd go and no idea where I'd end up. I just knew that staying felt worse than leaving, so off I went. The journey began in Thailand with two of my best friends. A seemingly perfect way to start, but something felt off. Physically, I was in paradise, but mentally, I was somewhere else entirely. I thought I'd feel alive and free, but I didn't. Because that's not how leaving your comfort zone works. It's an unfamiliar and gradual undoing of what you know. And apart from my good friends Jamie and Solly, I really had left almost everything I knew behind. And in the quiet moments, that would feel pretty loud.
Living in the past for now. Can it move faster now? When it all ends, will it make sense? Will you be looking back from now? Living in the past.
After 2 weeks in Koh Tao, I had adjusted somewhat, yet still felt out of place. But I'd come this far and I wasn't going back now, so the only option was to lean further into this strange unknown and keep traveling.
Living in the past now.
As exciting as fast-paced travel can be, it doesn't offer much space for introspection, to actually feel where you are. And as my dissociative headspace lingered through each new place we visited, I began to wonder whether I'd ever feel what I hoped I'd feel on this journey, because no matter where I went, along came that dark cloud, ruining an otherwise beautiful view. But that began to change on the Hajang Loop. The Hajang Loop is a 4-day motorbike circuit through the north of Vietnam. With the sheer beauty of your surroundings mixed with the adrenaline of how you move through it, your mind goes quiet in the best kind of way. It's kind of hard to articulate the feeling of this experience, and the visuals certainly won't do it justice, but when you're zipping through those mountain roads, there is nothing quite like it. It's what I'd been missing. I shed a tear on the back of that bike, because it was the most cathartic antidote to the numbness I'd felt prior. And it got me feeling optimistic, more open to everything around me. New people, great food, beautiful homestays, cliff jumping, it had it all. Even the sketchy roads and rain couldn't get me down.
Nice!
After a sad goodbye to Jamie, Solly and I continued south through Vietnam and Cambodia. Knowing I was actually capable of experiencing joy now, I felt lighter. I did still feel a little bit lost, but in general thought, fuck it, let's keep going.
In life, there's only so much you can control. Despite our differences, a lot of us want the same thing. To get the fuck out of our hometown in search of something else. To escape and start a new life. And look, this isn't for everyone. A lot of people find comfort in what they already know. Others can't stop thinking about what's on the other side of the hill, knowing they were meant for something bigger. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you came from. It just matters where you end up.
And just like that, 2 months had passed. We'd explored Da Nang, Hoi An, seen Angkor Wat at sunrise, lived the island life in Koh Rong. We did a lot, and now sadly it was time for Solly to head home too. I owe a lot to both Solly and Jamie because without their suggestion earlier in the year for me to tag along their travels as a way to kickstart my own, I don't know if I would have had the courage to commit to this adventure at all. Although it had been a rocky start for me personally, together we made some lifelong memories that I will look back on fondly. But now it was time to take the driver's seat and continue alone. So I started with a place I'd briefly explored 8 years ago, Indonesia.
I'm gonna be all the way out there, all the way fucking out there, just on my own.
Solo travel is intimidating, but on the other side of that fear, you realise you're capable of so much more than you thought. You gain clarity, confidence, a new perspective on things. And for someone like me who set out desperate to feel something new and find some light, going solo is the catalyst to all that. I eased into my solo journey with 10 days in Uluwatu, a week in Nusa Penida, and 2 weeks in Lombok. I met new people, started creating more, I learned to surf. Things were changing for the better and I had a lot of fun. But I noticed I was chasing distractions over silence. And when the quiet came, I began to feel just as lost as I did before.
You know, when you're empty inside and you have no direction, you'll end up in some crazy places, but you'll still be lost.
I came out here with no plan, and over 2 months in, I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying not to uphold a pessimistic view, but I'm still lost. But I don't want to go back. So there's obviously a part of me that knows this is the right path, that believes I will get to where I want to be. But there's this void that beautiful experiences and beautiful places don't seem to fill. I think I've still got a long way to go before I can feel some inner peace. But I'm gonna keep going.
A lesson I should have learned by now was to abandon my own expectations. Without realizing, I was setting myself up for failure, because before I began, I told myself this had to be the start of a new life, that I had to document everything, pursue a nomadic career, find somewhere new to live. I was so desperate to succeed in a life I felt like I was failing in, but I set my expectations way too high. The key all along was to let go, to allow the adventure to unfold naturally. I didn't realize this at the time, but abandoning those expectations of what should be and being open to what could be would lead me to some of the best experiences I have ever had. One of which was the Komodo Island boat tour. Nervously, I signed up for this on my own, but little did I know I'd end up meeting the best group of people. And thankfully so, because we'd be stuck on the same boat for 4 days straight.
It's time for your next adventure.
I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow.
How exciting.
At the end of the day, we all want to feel a sense of belonging, to be a part of something greater than ourselves. And I felt that here. I remember just looking around thinking, life's dealing a pretty good hand right now. We hiked to some of the craziest viewpoints, snorkeled with sharks, saw deer on a pink beach, slept under the stars, woke up to the sunrise, and not knowing that these experiences were in store was what made them all the more special. The end of this incredible time out at sea marked a month of solo travel, and at this point I was really finding my feet. Keen for more adventure, I headed to East Java, home to some of the wildest landscapes and one of, if not the most intense expeditions I have ever done. Day one was an early start to trek around one of the largest and most beautiful waterfalls of Indonesia, Tumpak Sewu. Day two, you ride in jeeps through the middle of the night to reach Mount Bromo for sunrise, which turned out to be one of the most surreal sunrises I have ever witnessed. As cliche as it sounds, it really did feel like another planet out here. And day three was the craziest of all, an 11 PM wake-up call and a 6-hour hike to reach the Ijen crater. It was difficult to take it all in, and it was physically intensive, but I felt so lucky to be stepping foot in places I'd never even imagined before. But now it was time to ease off the adrenaline for a little while. After a couple nights in Canggu, I decided to return to a quieter island life in Nusa Lembongan. I booked 2 weeks in a cheap hotel rather than a hostel, to be alone, find some balance, and plan the next phase of my trip, which was quite the contrast to the chaos and adventure I'd been chasing for the last 2 months. I love island life, but in these days of quiet and routine, I noticed an internal shift. I now crave chaos. I'd learned to love the spontaneity of solo travel. New experiences, new friendships, new places that when I put the brakes on, it just didn't feel right. I wondered if I'd unintentionally built a new comfort zone in days of company and adrenaline, if I'm more extroverted than I've always thought, or if this is who I'd become as a result of the journey. Either way, I had changed, and I was restless. So to remedy this, I deliberately planned a faster-paced, hostel-only journey around my next destination, the Philippines.
Summer, someday.
I'd motorbiked around the east coast of Siargao, gone canyoneering at Kawasan Falls, swam with turtles in Molbol. It was fun, but it was quiet. I didn't meet as many people as I'd anticipated, but kept going, hoping that might change. When I first arrived in Boracay, my hostel dorm was empty. Shoulder season was looking a lot quieter than I'd imagined, and that meant more alone time and more restlessness. Sitting on a white sand beach in 30-degree heat should have been more than enough to find some peace, but me being me, I still found a way to question it all and search for meaning.
Another day, another beautiful beach. Subscribe for more travel content. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. As ignorant as it sounds, there's only so many beautiful beaches you can see before you start thinking, what the flippity fuck am I actually doing? Like, what is the purpose? I've been travelling for 4 months now, and I've had some fucking brilliant times. What I've realised is a lot of those times involve meeting new people, excursions, boat trips, whatever. So the moments of quiet like this, when I'm in a beautiful place, it just feels a bit numb. And that may be the most ignorant thing to say, like, this is a fucking luxury. I'm in paradise, and I should be over the moon.
It's pretty clear at this point that being alone was not my favourite pastime, that some of the best times so far had been made by the people I was with. I could have turned inward to psychoanalyse that, or I could avoid ruminating once again and chase some more highs. This is not good advice in the grand scheme of things, but from that moment I decided it was better to chase joy whilst I'm here than to sit around and question why I couldn't find it within myself. The trouble was I still hadn't met anyone, so the obvious next step was to sign up for a sunset booze cruise on my own. I was the only one on the list and nearly bottled it, but luckily someone joined last minute. We became good mates and had a really good laugh, and suddenly nothing else mattered. In the end, I was sad to be leaving Boracay because things had just started to get really good and I wanted that feeling to last. But I had a pre-booked flight to catch to the island of Palawan. Port Barton was the first stop, and gratefully, yet again, I met the loveliest people. Even though there was very little to do here, we all agreed it didn't matter. It was just a blissful place to be. We had the most wholesome time, and in good company, my thoughts went quiet again. I didn't think this level of bliss could continue, but I was proven wrong on my next stop, El Nido. I came to the Philippines chasing highs, but I could never have expected this many.
Seasons break the meaning off of often in between and darker dark. Sleep in silence. Your pretty dream is timeless. In so many faces, it's crazy. Find my escape in violence. Fall through an open door. It's another trap, and I'm sure I need to lack no support, and I'm easy on it. Easy, brand new death zones, reaching for your chemicals. Simply see.
It's like, is this really my life? Like, is it happening right now? It is. I know.
Takes one to know where to go. This is the place I roam at.
I couldn't believe how fortunate I was to have met such amazing people, to feel this free, to laugh and smile this much. It was almost like depression had evaporated. Coron was the next and final leg of the Philippines, and it was a beautiful way to end my time here.
Takes one to know where to go. This is the place I roam at now. Closer to home, yes, so away and alone. Forget about time.
It was a tough goodbye leaving the Philippines. The friends I'd made, the highs I'd felt, but all good things must come to an end. And I'd already booked a flight to Japan. Before its colder mainland, I wanted to cling on to island life a little bit longer. So I headed to Zamami off the coast of Okinawa. This place was stunning, the clear waters, the quiet, but it felt like the calm before the storm because the further I travelled and the more friends I left behind, the heavier I started to feel. The higher the highs, the lower the lows.
If you ride like lightning, you're gonna crash like thunder.
I've always wanted to visit Tokyo, but with where I was mentally, being here was overwhelming. Just days ago, I was island hopping with new friends, and now I was in a cold and busy city on my own, and I only had myself to blame. I was not coping well here, and to be honest, it was the worst I'd felt the entire trip. But I was here now, and I wanted to see Japan through. Next, I was heading to the Five Lakes region, which is home to one of my bucket list sites, Mount Fuji. Being surrounded by nature like this was the breath of fresh air I needed, and I could not believe how lucky I got with the conditions. And just like that, things felt lighter.
I skip out on me while we moving cold. So dreaming about my bitch, so when I let it go, don't care, so ever go. That shit crushed my soul. Yeah, I had no control. Maintain me some more.
The scenery was so magical and made Mount Fuji even more of a dream to both capture and witness. These few days reminded me why I came here, to experience beauty like this.
Heard him in the daylight, but mine is hers, a curse that we feel like this.
I'll let it go, but then my soul leaves on the road. You fell on me, I can't let it go. Told me it is so. The next station is Kyoto.
I then visited Kyoto and Nara, both beautiful in their own right. But as ungrateful as it seems to say, my mind was in Southeast Asia. As each day passed, I felt more and more disconnected from my own journey, and my thoughts were all over the place.
But you got some crazy stuff in that messed up little mind of yours.
I don't know. My mind wanders. Lost looking for peace.
So when my time in Japan came to its close, I tried to reclaim the feeling I'd lost by flying back to Thailand, the place where it all began. From the moment I got on that plane, my mind and body felt lighter, a sense of relief and excitement. This was it. I was getting back on track. And the first point of call was Khao Sok National Park. My excitement only grew from here. I'd soon be back at the beach in Krabi, and back in my element. It felt like everything was falling back into place. However, to my surprise, when I arrived, it didn't feel right.
Everyone runs from pain towards the pleasure. But when they get there, only to find more pain.
I sat with this feeling for a couple days, hoping it might change, that maybe I was still adjusting, finding my feet. But that feeling I longed for just never came. Instead, all I felt was numb. I thought maybe I'd set my expectations too high again, but It ran deeper than that. I'd actually lost the motivation to travel any further at all. I'd already booked a flight to Australia for a few weeks' time, and I'd always envisioned myself traveling a lot longer than 6 months. But when I looked forward now, it was all blank. No excitement, no purpose. This time, I'd really hit a wall. For 6 months, I've been trying to run from my problems. And at various points, it felt like maybe I had. But in the end, I couldn't shake my shadow. And as these darker days passed by, my gut feeling stayed the same. I was done. In a poetic kind of way, I'd come full circle, because the journey was reaching its end in the same place it began. But I owed it to myself not to end on a downer. There were 2 more places I really wanted to give a go before I left. And having made the decision to go home now, I'd actually taken the edge off of everything. And I felt an urge to enjoy my final days in a bittersweet kind of way. First up was the Similin Islands. Next up were the PP Islands, and my good friends Robert and Josefina, who I met back in the Philippines, were coming to visit me here. I'd missed them both a lot, so spending my final days with them was the most wholesome way to wrap up one hell of a journey. As I learned the hard way, no matter how far you run, you can't run from yourself. But what I also learned is that there's more to this life than you think there is. And to actually feel that and believe it, regardless of this journey's outcome, that was enough for me.
It's the end of the road. It's been a journey all together, but I'm meant to be home. Cause I've got family and friends and they're all letting me know they haven't seen me and I'm meant to be grown. So why is that, and have I learned something?
Well, how is it burning your feet? What do you mean it's hot rocks on my fucking feet?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Third wheeling trip was the worst I did.
I blaze when I need escapism, save me the speech. How do you wanna get that paper and your name on the street? I want more, this is pain and relief. In one project, taught to remain on my feet. I've got conscience.
Hi guys, this is Solly checking in for the vlog. We're here on the Hajang Loop with the best view. Ready? This is the transition, ready? You watch this, ready?
Then clear your memory, it's only life visions. I mean, I hope you like pictures. It's been a journey, man, I hope you like living. It's been a journey, man, I hope you like living.
Oh, what the fuck does that mean?
I can't promise a story has a happy ending. It may only have the sense that we make of it. But I do know that it's in telling the story that we learn who we are and maybe see who we might become.